Imagine a place so vast and white it feels like you are walking on clouds. This is Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia, the world's largest salt flat. The ground stretches out in every direction, a perfect flat expanse. When you stand in the middle of it, the horizon seems to disappear completely. You feel small, humbled by the immense scale of this natural wonder. It's a landscape that plays tricks on your eyes and your mind, making you question what is real. The sheer emptiness of the Salar is part of its magic. There are no trees, no buildings, and no signs of modern life for miles. The silence here is profound, broken only by the crunch of salt under your feet. This incredible emptiness creates a sense of peace and solitude. It is a journey to one of the most unique and unforgettable places you will ever see. The story of Salar de Uyuni began millions of years ago, a tale of geological shifts and changing climates. This area was once part of a giant prehistoric lake called Lake Minchin. Over thousands of years, the climate changed, and the Great Lake began to evaporate slowly, leaving behind a thick crust of salt and minerals. This was the birth of the Salar. As Lake Minchin dried up, it left behind the vast salt deposit we see today. Beneath this crust lies a rich brine that holds one of the world's largest reserves of lithium. It's a geometric wonder created by nature itself. When you walk on the Salar, you are walking on the bed of an ancient lake. It's a powerful reminder of how landscapes can transform over geological time. Understanding its origins makes the vast, white landscape even more impressive. Salar de Uyuni is more than just a stunning landscape. It is a promise of adventure for travelers from around the world. Most people explore it on multi-day 4x4 tours with experienced local guides. One of the most famous attractions is Isla Incahuasi, covered in giant cacti, offering a 360-degree view. The Salar is also a place of creativity and fun, allowing for incredible optical illusion photos. Ultimately, Salar de Uyuni is a must-see destination because it offers an experience that is truly one of a kind. The Salar leaves a permanent mark on your soul, reminding us of the incredible beauty and power of our planet. The story of Salar de Uyuni is a dramatic tale written by the Earth itself, beginning long before humans. 40,000 years ago, the area was submerged beneath Lake Minchin. This immense body of water covered a significant portion of the Andean Altiplano. Mountains were once giant islands rising from the lake's surface. Fed by rivers carrying minerals, this water would become key to the salt flat's creation. As the climate shifted, the region grew warmer and drier. The lake began to shrink, its waters receding and exposing land saturated with minerals. Under the intense sun, the water disappeared, leaving behind concentrated minerals. This slow evaporation was the first critical step in the formation of the Salar de Uyuni. The retreat of Lake Minchin was a series of geological phases. It broke apart, forming smaller lakes, the most significant being Lake Torca. Lake Torca, like Minchin, was destined to vanish. As the water level dropped, salt crystallized, settling on the lake bed. This created the thick salt crust that defines Salar de Uyuni today. Beneath the crust lies a reservoir of brine, rich in lithium. The salt flat contains the largest known lithium reserves on the planet. This has brought modern industry to this ancient landscape. Humanity now seeks to extract the minerals nature deposited over millennia. The Altiplano's landscape provided the perfect canvas for Salar de Uyuni. This high plain is a vast basin cradled by the Andes, its unique topography crucial to the salt flat's formation. Volcanic activity deposited mineral-rich layers, which rivers eroded, carrying minerals into the ancient Lake Minchin. This influx created a salt flat rich in lithium, potassium, and magnesium. Sediments settled, creating a level surface. When the water evaporated, it left a salt crust, making Salar de Uyuni one of the flattest places on Earth. This combination of elements created the world's largest salt flat, a geological masterpiece born from tectonics, climate, and geography. The story of Salar de Uyuni is told in its vastness and finer details. The iconic hexagonal and polygonal patterns are a direct result of the seasonal cycle of wetting and drying. The islands that dot the Salar, like Isla Incahuasi, are ancient volcanoes that were once submerged beneath the waters of Lake Minchin. The giant cacti that grow on these islands are themselves ancient, silent witnesses to the centuries of change. At the edges of the salar, you can find vibrant colored lagoons that get their hues from specific types of algae and minerals. Ultimately, every feature of Salar de Uyuni is a clue to its deep and fascinating past, a story written in salt and stone. For centuries, Salar de Uyuni has been a vital resource for the local Aymara and Quechua people. It is their livelihood and a part of their cultural identity. The most traditional activity here is salt harvesting. Families manually extract the salt in a process that has changed very little over time. They pile the damp salt into conical mounds and left to dry. Once dry, it is shoveled into trucks and transported to Colchani. Here, the raw salt is refined, iodized, and packaged. The work provides a crucial income for many local families. Their lives are a testament to human resilience in one of the world's most extreme landscapes. It is their provider, their workplace, and the foundation of their culture. The influence of Salar de Uyuni extends far beyond the economy of salt harvesting. It has shaped the very culture of the people who live in its shadow. The most striking example of this is the architecture. In a place where traditional building materials like wood and stone are scarce, the people turn to the most abundant resource available: salt. The nearby town of Colchani and other small settlements feature buildings constructed from blocks of salt cut directly from the flat. These salt bricks, held together with a mortar of salt and water, are surprisingly durable in the dry climate. Walking through Colchani is a unique experience. You see houses, community halls, and even furniture made from salt. The most famous examples of this unique construction method are the salt hotels built on the shores of the Salar. These incredible structures are almost entirely made of salt blocks, from the walls and ceilings to the beds, tables, and chairs. Staying in one of these hotels is a surreal experience, offering a deep immersion into the local environment. It is a brilliant example of human ingenuity, turning the challenges of a harsh landscape into a unique and creative cultural expression. The salt is also woven into local folklore and tradition. For the Aymara people, the mountains surrounding the Salar are considered sacred deities, or apus. Ancient legends tell the story of their creation. One popular tale speaks of the mountains Tunupa, Cuscu, and Cusina, who were once giant people. The story goes that Tunupa was betrayed, and her tears of grief and mother's milk flooded the plains, creating the salt flat. For this reason, the Salar is often seen as a feminine life-giving entity, and the nearby volcano is named Tunupa in her honor. These stories and traditions infuse the landscape with deep cultural meaning. They transform the Salar from a mere geographical feature into a living, breathing entity with its own history and personality. This cultural layer adds immense depth to the experience of visiting. It reminds us that this is not just an empty space, but a homeland, a sacred site, and a place of profound significance to the people who have called it home for centuries. The culture here is not just near the salt flat. It is born from it, carved from its very substance. For the indigenous peoples, the connection to Salar de Uyuni enters the realm of the spiritual. The vast landscape is considered a sacred place, a powerful interface between the human and spirit world. Mountains are homes of the apus, powerful mountain spirits. Mount Tunupa is revered as a major deity. People make offerings for protection, good harvests, and safe passage. Local communities hold ceremonies to honor Pachamama, or Mother Earth. Islands like Isla Incahuasi also hold special spiritual significance as ceremonial sites and burial grounds. For local people today, these islands remain sacred spaces for connection to their ancestors. It is the heart of a cultural and spiritual landscape, where ancient beliefs continue to guide modern life. For visitors, understanding this sacred dimension adds a profound layer of meaning to their journey. The ancient story of Salar de Uyuni has entered a new, modern chapter. Beneath its thick crust of salt lies a vast reservoir of brine that contains one of the world's most valuable resources for the 21st century: lithium. This light metal is a key component in rechargeable batteries, which power everything from our mobile phones and laptops to the electric vehicles that are seen as a key to a greener future. The Salar is estimated to hold between 50 and 70% of the world's known lithium reserves, making Bolivia a potential powerhouse in the global green energy revolution. This immense mineral wealth offers a tantalizing promise of prosperity for Bolivia, one of South America's poorest nations. The government has declared the lithium reserves a strategic national resource and has begun to invest in extraction and processing facilities on the edge of the salar. The hope is that by industrializing this resource, the country can generate significant wealth, create jobs, and fund social programs that will improve the lives of its citizens. This potential has brought global attention to the salar, transforming it from a remote natural wonder into a key player in the future of global technology and energy. However, this promise is not without its challenges and controversies. Extracting lithium from the brine is a complex and water-intensive process. It involves pumping vast quantities of brine into large evaporation ponds, where the sun slowly concentrates the lithium. This process raises serious environmental concerns, particularly regarding the use of scarce freshwater resources in an already arid region. There are fears that large-scale extraction could disrupt the delicate hydrological balance of the salar, impacting the local ecosystem and the traditional livelihoods of the salt harvesters. The local indigenous communities find themselves at the center of this complex issue. While they hope to benefit from the economic opportunities that lithium development might bring, they are also deeply concerned about the potential environmental and cultural impacts. They are fighting for their voices to be heard, demanding that any development is sustainable and respects their ancestral rights to the land. The future of Salar de Uyuni is therefore at a crossroads, caught between the ancient traditions of salt harvesting and the modern promise of lithium wealth. How Bolivia navigates this path will determine the future of not just its economy, but also of this unique and irreplaceable landscape. One of the most magical experiences at Salar de Uyuni is the famous mirror effect. This natural spectacle occurs during the rainy season, when a thin layer of water transforms the salar into the world's largest mirror. The perfectly still water reflects the sky with flawless clarity, creating a surreal illusion. The horizon vanishes, and it becomes impossible to tell where the ground ends and the sky begins. This phenomenon creates a dreamscape that is a paradise for photographers and travelers alike. At night, the mirror reflects the star-studded Andean sky, creating the incredible feeling of floating through the cosmos. Achieving this perfect mirror requires specific conditions and a calm, windless day. Witnessing the mirror effect is never guaranteed, making the experience all the more special. In the extreme landscape of Salar de Uyuni, where traditional materials are scarce, human ingenuity has created unique salt hotels. These structures are built almost entirely from salt blocks cut from the salar. Salt bricks form the walls, floors, and ceilings, creating a surreal lodging experience. Much of the furniture is also carved from salt. It's a testament to local adaptation, transforming a challenging environment into artistic architecture. These hotels provide a cozy refuge. The thick salt walls insulate from the harsh conditions. Staying here forges a connection to the landscape. Today, hotels are located along the edges of the flat, ensuring sustainability. Visitors experience the magic of sleeping in a building carved from ancient salt. Just outside Uyuni, on the edge of the salt flat, lies the Cementerio de Trene, or the Great Train Graveyard. This surreal place is the final resting spot for steam locomotives from the 19th and early 20th centuries. These steel giants lie abandoned, succumbing to the salt-laden winds. The trains are relics of a time when Uyuni was a bustling hub, tied to Bolivia's mining boom. The railway project was abandoned in the 1940s, and the trains were left behind. Today, the train graveyard is an open-air museum and a photographer's dream. Visitors explore the rusted hulks, and the site has a post-apocalyptic feel. It's a popular stop on tours, a place for photography and reflection on industrial ambition. The train graveyard serves as a reminder of the cycles of history, adding to the Uyuni region's tapestry. In the heart of the immense white expanse of Salar de Uyuni lies one of its most surreal and honestly beautiful features, Isla Incahuasi. In the Quechua language, its name means House of the Inca. This hilly, rocky outcrop is an island in the truest sense, but it's surrounded not by water, but by an endless sea of salt. It's one of several ancient volcanic peaks that was submerged when the area was covered by the prehistoric Lake Minchin. Today it stands as a lonely, life-filled outpost in the middle of the stark white desert, offering a dramatic contrast to the barren flatness that surrounds it. The island is famous for its covering of gigantic ancient cacti of the Trichocereus passacana species. These towering cacti, some reaching heights of over 10 meters, create a bizarre and otherworldly forest. They're incredibly slow-growing, and many of them are estimated to be over 1,000 years old. They stand like silent, spiny sentinels, having witnessed centuries of change sweep across the Altiplano. Walking among these ancient giants feels like stepping back in time into a primeval world. Their survival in this harsh, salty environment is a real testament to the incredible resilience of life. A well-maintained trail allows visitors to hike to the summit of the island. The climb is relatively short, but offers an increasingly spectacular reward with every step. From the top, you're treated to a breathtaking 360-degree panoramic view of the Salar. The sheer scale of the salt flat becomes truly apparent from this vantage point. The white, hexagonal tiles of the salt crust stretch out to the horizon in every direction, meeting the deep blue of the sky in a perfectly straight line. It's a humbling and mesmerizing sight that makes you feel incredibly small in the face of nature's grandeur. Isla Incahuasi is more than just a scenic viewpoint. It's also a place of geological and historical significance. The island's rocky surface is composed of volcanic rock and is covered in these unusual coral-like fossilized deposits known as stromatolites. These are the remnants of ancient algae that lived in Lake Minchin, providing a direct physical link to the Salar's deep past as a giant lake. This combination of ancient cacti, fossilized history, and unparalleled views makes Isla Incahuasi an essential and unforgettable stop on any journey across the magnificent Salar de Uyuni. Salar de Uyuni transforms dramatically with the seasons. The year splits into the dry and wet seasons, each offering a unique experience. The dry season, from May to November, reveals a stark, crystalline beauty. The salt flat becomes a blindingly white desert. It's perfect for perspective photography. At night, the high altitude creates brilliant stargazing opportunities. The wet season, from December to April, brings a magical transformation. The Salar turns into the world's largest natural mirror. Sunsets and sunrises paint the water and sky in impossible colors. This cycle dictates the rhythm of life and ensures unique visits. At first glance, Salar de Uyuni appears devoid of life. The high altitude, extreme temperatures, intense solar radiation, and saline environment create hostile conditions. However, life exists here. Microscopic extremophiles thrive in the brine beneath the salt crust. These organisms are the foundation of the ecosystem, the primary food source for brine shrimp and flamingos. Around the edges, biodiversity increases. Here you can find vicuñas grazing. Another resident is the vizcacha. Spotting a vizcacha is a delightful surprise, another sign that this extreme environment is a living ecosystem. Perhaps the most iconic and surprising inhabitants of the Salar de Uyuni region are the magnificent flamingos. The image of these elegant pink birds wading through the shallow, salty waters against a backdrop of white salt and blue sky is one of the most enduring symbols of the Altiplano. It's a startling splash of vibrant color in an otherwise monochromatic world. 3 different species of flamingo can be found here: the Andean, the Chilean, and the rare James's flamingo. The latter was once thought to be extinct until it was rediscovered in this very region. These birds are drawn to the Salar and its surrounding lagoons for a very specific reason: food. They are highly specialized filter feeders, and their unique bent beaks are perfectly designed to strain the microscopic algae and tiny brine shrimp from the salty water. It is the pigments in these organisms, particularly the beta-carotene in the algae, that give the flamingos their characteristic and beautiful pink hue. They are a living link in the food chain, connecting the microscopic life within the brine to the larger ecosystem of the high Andes, a beautiful result of the Salar's hidden biological productivity. The flamingos are most commonly seen during the summer rainy season, from December to April. This is their breeding season, and they gather in large colonies in the shallow lakes and on the flooded parts of the Salar to nest and raise their young. The most famous location for flamingo watching is Laguna Colorada, a shallow red lagoon located south of the main salt flat. Here, thousands of flamingos congregate, creating a truly breathtaking spectacle of color and movement. Their graceful courtship dances and the constant chatter of the colony fill the air. The survival of these flamingos is intricately tied to the health of the salar's delicate ecosystem. They are a barometer for the environmental well-being of the region. Any significant changes to the water levels or the chemical composition of the brine, whether from climate change or from industrial activities like lithium mining, could have a devastating impact on the microorganisms they depend on. Witnessing these stunning birds thrive in such an extreme environment is a privilege, and it serves as a powerful reminder of the need to protect this fragile and unique high-altitude wetland for generations to come. Beyond the endless white of the Salar, the Eduardo Avaroa Reserve dazzles with surreal, vividly colored lagoons. Laguna Colorada glows red from algae and minerals, fringed by white borax and alive with pink flamingos. Nearby, Laguna Verde shimmers emerald beneath the Licancabur volcano, its color shifting with the wind and sun. These extreme high-altitude lakes are not just beautiful, they're vital habitats, making this region a living canvas of color and life. Salar de Uyuni transforms with the seasons. Visit May to November for dry, endless salt flats and perfect photo ops, or December to April for the magical mirror effect after rains. Dry season means easy travel, chilly nights, and stargazing under crystal clear skies. Wet season brings surreal reflections, but can limit access due to flooding. Transitional months like April and December sometimes offer both experiences in one trip. Choose your timing for the adventure you want. Each season is unforgettable in its own way. Most travelers explore Uyuni on a multi-day 4x4 tour, starting in Uyuni and venturing across salt flats, cactus islands, and colorful lagoons. Expect basic lodgings, hearty meals, and a packed itinerary: train graveyards, salt museums, flamingo-filled lakes, and sunrise at steaming geysers. The journey is rugged but rewarding, ending either back in Uyuni or at the Chilean border. It's an epic adventure through some of the world's most otherworldly landscapes. Altitude is your biggest challenge. Acclimatize in La Paz or Sucre, stay hydrated and take it slow. Pack for extremes: sun, wind, and freezing nights. Layers, sunscreen, sunglasses, and a hat are musts. Choose a reputable tour operator with good safety records and emergency equipment. Bring a power bank, snacks, cash for fees, and a camera with extra batteries. A little preparation ensures you'll enjoy the adventure safely and comfortably. Beyond the salt, marvel at the wind-carved stone tree, the steaming Sol de Mañana geysers, and the soothing hot springs of Pulques. The Dali Desert's surreal rock formations and pastel sands feel like stepping into a painting. Each stop is a natural masterpiece, adding depth and wonder to your journey. The Altiplano is a gallery of Earth's wildest creations. Salar de Uyuni leaves you awestruck. Its vastness, silence, and shifting colors are unforgettable. Here, earth and sky blur, and time feels ancient. The landscape's simplicity invites reflection and wonder, stripping life down to its essentials. You walk on the remnants of a prehistoric lake, surrounded by nature's artistry. The memory of this place lingers, inspiring awe long after you've gone. A trip to Salar de Uyuni is a journey of perspective. It changes how you see the world. The optical illusion photography is a hallmark of the Salar experience. This allows for endless creativity, a chance to play with reality itself. The journey also offers a profound shift in cultural perspective, bringing you into contact with the Aymara and Quechua communities. Witnessing the hard work of the Saleros fosters a deep respect for their resilience and their intimate connection to the land. On one hand, you have the traditional harvesting of salt. On the other, the modern rush for lithium. Most importantly, Salar de Uyuni alters your perspective of yourself. It makes you feel incredibly small, yet simultaneously connected to something vast and timeless. It is a journey that gives you a new way of seeing your own life. Some places you visit, others become a part of you. Salar de Uyuni imprints itself on your memory and leaves a permanent mark on your soul. The sheer beauty of the landscape is something that photos and videos can only hint at. To truly understand its power, you must stand there yourself. Feel the crunch of salt under your feet. Breathe the thin, crisp air, and let the immense silence wash over you. It is a full sensory immersion into one of nature's greatest masterpieces. Gazing up at a sky so full of stars feels like you could fall into the cosmos. The salar evokes a powerful emotional response. The journey across this remote landscape is an adventure, rewarding you with authentic experiences. Salar de Uyuni is more than a salt flat. It inspires you and ultimately changes you. It wipes the slate clean and allows you to see the world with fresh eyes. This is its true magic.